Look at your bank account right now. Seriously, glance at the balance. Got it. Okay. Now, here is the painful truth. That number is a liar. It is not telling you how much money you have. It is telling you how much you are allowed to spend before disaster. And right now, there are 5 holes in your financial bucket that you are staring directly at and choosing to ignore. If we don't patch these today, you will wake up in 5 years, making double the money, but feeling exactly this broke. We are going to talk about this silent tax today. That is the money you lose without ever swiping a card. Most people think being broke is about income. You think, if I just made $10,000 a month, I'd be fine. Wrong. I have met people making $20,000 a month who are one paycheck from ruin. And I have met baristas who are quietly becoming millionaires. The difference isn't the salary. It's the invisible red flags. Stick around for red flag number 3. It is the most expensive illusion in personal finance, and I promise you are guilty of it right now. My name is Thomas, and I spend way too much time thinking about 5 financial red flags you're ignoring right now. If you're someone who feels like you work hard, you don't buy luxury cars, you don't go to clubs, yet somehow, at the end of the month, you're asking, where did it all go? Make sure to subscribe, because I reverse engineer the psychology of why we stay broke. Let's fix the leaks. Red flag number 1, the minimum payment mindset. Let me describe your Tuesday morning. You wake up, you check your email, you see a bill, credit card, student loan, or your car note. The number is scary. It says $450 due. But then, right below it, in nice, friendly green text, you see the option, minimum payment, $35. And you think, that's responsible. I'll pay the minimum and save my cash for groceries. Here is the trap. The banking industry designed that button to feel like safety, but it is actually a cage. When you pay the minimum, you aren't paying off debt. You are renting your money back from the bank. Let's say you buy a new laptop for $2,000, 20% interest rate. If you pay the minimum of $40 a month, do you know how long it takes to pay off? 6 years. 6 years. You will have a laptop that belongs in a museum, and you will still be paying for it. And worse, you will have paid over $3,200 for a $2,000 machine. You aren't managing debt. The debt is managing you. But Thomas, I have to pay the minimum or my credit score drops. Hold that thought, because what I am about to tell you about credit scores might make you angry. But first, let's look at the real cost of ignoring this. Here is where it gets expensive. The average American household has about $8,000 in credit card debt. If you only pay the minimum on that $8,000, here is your life. Year 1, you pay $1,200. Your balance drops to $7,800 because interest ate $1,000. Year 5, you have paid $6,000. You still owe $6,000. You are working for the bank. You get up, you go to a job you might hate. You commute in traffic, and for 2 hours of every single day, you are working for free just to pay the interest on decisions you made 3 years ago. This is where it gets dangerous, because that $200 a month you send to interest, that isn't just money. That is freedom. That $200 could have been a flight to see your parents. That $200 could have been a stock in Nvidia 3 years ago. That $200 could have been the peace of mind to quit your toxic job. But you gave it to Visa for the privilege of delaying paying. Okay, fine. But I don't use credit cards. I'm safe. Oh, you sweet summer child. That brings us to red flag number 2. And this one is invisible. It's hiding in your pantry. Red flag number 2. The subscription blindness and the latte factor 2.0. You might be thinking, I don't buy $5 lattes, Thomas. I'm frugal. I don't care about lattes. I care about the autopilot bleed. Here is the psychology, pain of paying. When you hand over a $20 bill for lunch, it hurts. Your brain releases a tiny signal of pain. But when you set up a subscription 3 years ago for that meditation app you never use, or that gym membership you visited twice, or the premium version of the note-taking app, there is zero pain. The money leaves your account at 3 a.m. while you are sleeping. You never feel the loss. So, you never cancel. Most people think they have 5 subscriptions. Netflix, Spotify, gym, phone, cloud. That's $100. But I want you to open your bank statement right now. Go back 90 days. I guarantee you find 12 to 15 charges. That old Hulu account from your ex? Still there. The $9.99 AI writer you used once? Still there. The digital newspaper subscription? Yep, add them up. The average person leaks $350 a month on forgotten subscriptions. $350? That's not a lot. $350 a month is $4,200 a year. Invested at 10% return over 10 years, that is $73,000. You are currently choosing to burn a down payment on a house so you can keep a digital magazine subscription you don't read. Red flag number 3, the lifestyle creep lie. Here is what most people don't realize. Getting a raise is actually dangerous. You get a promotion. You now make $80,000 instead of $65,000. You feel rich. So, you do the logical thing. You upgrade. You move to the nicer apartment. You lease the nicer car. You buy the nicer clothes. You feel successful. But here is the math. Old life, $65,000 income, $45,000 expenses. You save $20,000. New life, $80,000 income, $70,000 expenses. You save $10,000. You make more money, but you save less. You are running faster, but falling further behind. This is the hedonic treadmill. You adapt to luxury instantly. The new car stops feeling special after 3 weeks, but the payment lasts 60 months. Stop trying to look rich. Start being rich. The person in the 2010 Honda Civic with the $500,000 brokerage account, that is actual wealth. The person in the leased Mercedes with $50 in checking, that is performance. But I deserve to enjoy my money. You do. But if you keep upgrading your lifestyle every time you get a raise, you will never escape the trap. You will be 55 years old, exhausted, making $200,000, and still living paycheck to paycheck. Here is the fix for red flag number 3. Rule, the 50% rule. Every time you get a raise, a bonus, or a tax refund, you take 50% of that new money and you hide it before you see it. Automate it into a separate investment account. You only allow yourself to spend the other 50% on lifestyle upgrades. Got a $1,000 raise. You get $500 to spend. The other $500 goes to your future self. Got a $10,000 bonus? You get $5,000 for fun. The other $5,000 buys your freedom. Red flag number 4, the emergency illusion. You think you have an emergency fund. You have $1,500 in a savings account earning 0.02% interest. You call that safety. That is not safety. That is a band-aid. A real emergency fund is boring. It's 3 to 6 months of expenses. But here is the red flag you ignore: inflation. Every year you leave cash sitting in a standard savings account. Inflation takes 3 to 4% of its value. After 5 years, your $10,000 emergency fund can only buy what $8,000 buys today. You are losing money to be safe. Move your emergency fund to a high-yield savings account, HYSA. Right now, you can get 4 to 5% interest. That means your $10,000 earns $500 a year just for existing. That is free money. If you don't know where to find these accounts, check the link in the description. Okay, I fixed the savings. What's the last flag? Red flag number 5 is the killer. It's not about money. It's about time. Red flag number 5, you are renting your time. You sell 40 hours a week to a job. That is fine. But what about the 128 other hours? The red flag is monetizing your hobby before you master your craft. You see this all the time. Someone wants to get rich. So, they buy a course on day trading. Or they start a drop shipping store. Or they try to become a YouTuber. You are spread so thin that you never get good at one thing. You chase the shiny object. You lose $500 on a trading course. You lose $1,000 on inventory that doesn't sell. The hidden truth. The richest people I know didn't have side hustles. They had one main hustle that they became top 1% in, and then they invested the profits. You do not need to start a business to get rich. You need to get a promotion. You need to learn a high-value skill. You need to double your income at your job before you try to replace your job. Stop doing 5 things badly. Do one thing amazingly. If you are an employee, become the indispensable employee. Ask for a raise based on value. Then take that raise and invest it. Look, the reason you feel broke isn't because the economy is bad. It's not because you aren't working hard. It's because you are ignoring these 5 red flags. Minimum payments, subscription bleed, lifestyle creep, inflation ignorance, shiny object syndrome. You have 2 choices today. Choice A. You close this video, scroll TikTok, and wake up next month in the exact same spot. Or choice B. You pause. You open your banking app right now. You cancel 2 subscriptions. You move your savings to a high-yield account. And you make a decision that the next raise you get, half of it disappears into your future. This channel is about escaping the average. If you want to stop being poor, you have to stop acting rich. Hit subscribe. In the next video, I'm going to show you the exact anti-budget that saved me $20,000 last year without cutting out coffee. It's a strange method, and it works. Click the video on the screen right now. Don't let the algorithm decide your future. I'll see you in the next one.